Meeting, City of Vineland, Tuesday, August 9th, 2022 at 6:37 p.m.
Mr. Acosta? Mr. Franceschini?
Here.
Mr. Spinelli?
Here.
Mr. Vargas?
Here.
Dr. Arthur?
Here, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God.
God, indivisible, justice for all.
Public notice of this meeting pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act has been given on December 15th, 2021 by the city clerk in the following manner. Posting written notice on the official bulletin board in the lobby of City Hall, providing written notice to the offices of the Daily Journal and the Press of Atlantic City, and filing written notice in the office of the city clerk of the City of Vineland.
Chair entertains a motion that the 2022 minutes of the pre-meeting conference and regular meeting of July 26th and the work session of August 1st be approved as submitted.
So moved. I second.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion? None?
Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Public comment provides an opportunity for members of the public to inform the governing body about their views. The governing body prescribes to City Council's bylaws and the New Jersey statute on open public meetings when engaging during public comment. As such, each individual shall have a 5-minute limit to comment. He or she cannot yield time to another individual. He or she may only approach the podium once during public comment for any one topic. Vulgar or offensive language is prohibited, and City Council will not engage in dialogue with the public during this time. The governing body maintains model courtesy and respect and requires members of the public to do the same.
At this time, is there anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard? Please step to the mic, state your name and address. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Stephen Plevins, and I live at 28 Temple Road, apartment 9B in Vineland. What I'm here, can I go on ahead? Just go ahead? Okay. My title is Marketing Director for the Vineland Salvation Army, and I'm just here tonight just to give you a briefing of how valuable the Salvation Army has been in the last few years to the city of Vineland. For 2 years, we had a food distribution every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday during the pandemic. And they were boxes of food with meat, vegetables, drinks, and sides. It was a full dinner. We did that during the pandemic every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for 2 years. Now, during this year, we're going to have the food distribution on Mondays and Wednesdays, just Mondays and Wednesdays. So that was quite a bit to give out during those years. And I think we helped a lot of people, you know, with a rough situation in the city of Vineland. And what I want to do is come forward and just go over a few things that we do with the Salvation Army and how valuable we are to the city. I don't know if you know this, but some of the programs that we do have is we have a canteen, a 24-hour emergency canteen that goes out for fires and hurricanes, etc. And it's fully equipped, and we use that anytime we get called on to use it. You know, we have everything inside, drinks, you know, food, any kind of things, you know, in emergency equipment for people. So we do have a canteen. Of course, I just mentioned the food pantry that we have. It's on Mondays and Wednesdays, the food pantry. We also give grants. We give rent and utility grants. You know, we help people, you know, who are in need. They come and we don't pay their full bill, but we could help them out. They're rent and utilities grants. We have a free eyeglass program that we give eyeglasses. We also have a turkey drive program that's been nationally recognized. National Senator Cory Booker gave us a commendation for this program. We feed 1,200 people during Thanksgiving. And also the Governor Murphy has contacted us, and I have a commendation, if you could pass this around, that he's given to the turkey drive.
Steve, 1,200 families.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, excuse me. So we have like, national recognition for that turkey drive. Also, at Christmas, we collect gifts for children, a large amount, 400 or 500 gifts, because a gift organization recently went out. That was Toys for Tot. They don't do it anymore, so we picked up that load. So we give out at our facility 400 to 500 gifts for people at Christmas time. Also, we have a backpack program, and this year, we're going to have that August 24th. We're going to have a backpack festival. And so far, we have 350 backpacks we have acquired, for the backpack program. We also have a summer program for children. And also we have, Salvation has a camp called Camp Tecumseh, which is in North Jersey, and we send different children in there. It's a week-long camp, and, specialize in things like sports, and computers and different things, but we send kids there. We also have English as a second language program. We partner with Cumberland County College on that, and we teach people, to speak English from all different backgrounds. We collect clothes, a clothing closet, and also we partner in Camden. There's a big Croc Center. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's a block long, or a couple blocks long, with a swimming pool, et cetera, and we partner with them, and they have an indoor splash park, swimming pool. It's a huge facility, and we partner and send kids over there to the Croc Center. We also get applications for people. We have an organization called On Time Staffing, which before the pandemic, we used to place about 50 to 60 people on jobs that needed it, and that on-time staffing meets at our facility. We also, communicate with places like Comcast. Comcast hires us to publicize their programs for low-income families, and they give us a grant for that. So these are just some of the things that we do over there at the Salvation Army. And we have 1,500 families signed up for the program. So, it's very important to the city of Vineland. And I don't know if you understand this, but what happened is we have directors at the Salvation Army, and it's like the regular Army. About every 3 or 4 years, they're placed to another, they go to another place. They're moved out. So our current ones have definitely have also been placed at another facility, and we have a new person who I brought here tonight to introduce you to him, and want to welcome you to come over to the Salvation Army anytime you want, to meet with us and go over our programs. Our new captain that we got, his name Isel and Brenda Gonzalez, and they've been working for the Salvation Army for over 20 years, and they served as commanding officers for 14 years, and they served in Connecticut and Massachusetts. Isel came from Boston. His last assignment was in Boston, and they've gained a lot of experience in many social service programs. They were administrators of a licensed child care programs, licensed after-school programs, and housing for needy people. So they have a great background. And most recently, they ran one of the larger food distributions in the Boston area, providing over 15 million meals during the pandemic by working closely with local government, corporate sponsors, and corporate foundations. So I'm proud to, I'm going to introduce our new, he's a Captain Isel Gonzalez. I'm going to introduce him, and also after him, we're lucky we have our marketing development coordinator for SERPRO, who's on our advisory board, and she's our social media director at Salvation Army. Last year she was honored by the Boy Scouts of America.
Excuse me,
Yes,
Madam
Mr.
President.
Plevin.
But Boy Scouts of
We need a point
America
of
in
order.
South Jersey was an outstanding leader,
Hey, Steve,
and that's
excuse me,
Minerva
Steve.
Alvarado.
Mr. Plevins? Mr.
Yes.
Plevins, I'm sorry. Well, we ask that you keep your comments to 5 minutes for us, please.
Okay, well, I'm finished with my comments, but can Isel say something for a minute? Our
Yes.
new director?
Thank you.
Okay, go ahead. You want to say something real quick?
Well, good evening. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be in Vineland. After spending 6 years in Boston, Vineland is a quiet town for me, So, in my family, and I really, and we've been here a little over a month. We've been enjoying so far this community. And as Steve said, he pretty much went through everything that we do on site. We really here, my wife and I, we're really here to help the community in whichever way possible. We have several ideas and several dream programs that we like to bring to the city that will be of much benefit to the needy individuals from our community. Recently, I know Steve spoke about our pantry. During the pandemic, we obviously, due to the COVID, distribution was given 2 cars, pre-box food. Right now, we change it to a client choice, which is something the families really love. You give them dignity, and you allow them to choose what they really want to take home instead of giving them something that they don't like. Especially, we understand we want to be culture sensitive too. Not everybody eats the same thing. So by giving them the choice, they can take home whatever they need in the refrigerator instead of just giving them the same stuff every week. So we here to serve the community. Like Steve said, we welcome you to stop by our location. We definitely wanted to be here and be as much help as we can to the city of Vineland. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and welcome to Vineland. Thank you.
Thank you for the time, ladies and gentlemen. I would just like to
Your
point...
name and address, I'm sorry.
Oh, I am so sorry. My first time. Minerva Alvarado, and I live in Sicklerville right now, 11 Hidden Hollow Lane.
Address.
Oh,
Sorry.
Sicklerville, New Jersey. Well, there goes my minute. Sorry. I'd like to add that after being an advisory board member for many years for the Salvation Army, that we help people that are transitioning and they're going from no housing or bad housing, and we find them a place, we train them how to use finances, how to sit with their kids to do their homework, and it's a really important family-based, and also it's a ministry as well. There's a church, and people do attend services there. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
I can vouch that she's from Grape Street.
Fine. Anyone else at this time from the public? No? Grosky?
Resolution number 2022-318, resolution recognizing Robert Garcia upon retiring from public service, effective August 1, 2022.
Chair entertains a motion that resolution number 2022-318 be adopted according to law.
So moved. Second.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion?
Wish Bobby good health in his retirement and happiness.
Anything else? Grosky?
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
I have resolution 2022-319, recognizing Robert Von Suskell upon retiring from public service, effective August 1, 2022.
Chair entertains a motion that resolution number 2022-319 be adopted according to law.
So moved. Second.
Is there any discussion from council on this motion?
Bob, same thing. Great retirement and good health. Enjoy.
He's here.
Yes, he is. I know. Got to vote first, right?
Mr. Petrosky?
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli? Yes. Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes. Mr.
On up, Bob.
Von Suskell?
You wish the resolution to be read?
Yes. Mr. Petrosky is going to read the resolution to you.
Front and center.
Right here, look out at your adoring audience. Whereas Robert Von Suskell began his career with the City of Vineland on February 2nd, 2004, and whereas Robert has furthered the city's mission by providing valuable public service to the Vineland community, and whereas Robert has earned the respect and confidence of his coworkers and employer throughout his many years of faithful service, and whereas Robert Von Suskell has earned a well-deserved retirement from the City of Vineland, effective August 1, 2022, ending his public service career in the Department of Public Works as storekeeper. Now therefore be it resolved that the Mayor and Council of the City of Vineland extend their sincere thanks and appreciation to Robert Von Suskell for a career of loyal and meritorious service with best wishes for many years of health and happiness. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Would you like to say something, Mr. Von Suskell?
Microphone is yours.
I spent a long time in public service. I spent many years at the Housing Authority before I came to the City of Vineland, and it's been a long time, and I'm glad to have been able to be of service to the public, so thank you very much.
Thank you. All the best to you in your retirement.
I have ordinance number 2022-61, an ordinance to amend and supplement ordinance number 8, which established the classification and compensation plans for the City of Vineland Manager Motors, which is ready for a public hearing.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2022-61 be taken up for a public hearing and open to the public for discussion.
So move.
Second.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur?
Yes. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on ordinance number 2022-61? No one? Chair entertains a motion that the public hearing on ordinance number 2022-61 be closed.
So move.
Second.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur?
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2022-61 be taken up for a second and final reading and adopted according to law.
So move.
Second.
Is there any discussion from council on this motion? None?
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli? Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Ordinance number 2022-61, an ordinance to amend and supplement ordinance number 8, which established the classification and compensation plans for the City of Vineland Manager Motors, this ordinance is adopted.
Mr. Petrowski, please submit ordinance number 2022-61 to the mayor for his approval or disapproval.
Yes.
Thank you.
I have ordinance number 2022-62, an ordinance providing for no parking restrictions along a portion of Glen Terrace, which is ready for a public hearing.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2022-62 be taken up for a public hearing and open to the public for discussion.
So move.
Second.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur?
Yes. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on ordinance number 2022-62? No one? Chair entertains a motion that the public hearing on ordinance number 2022-62 be closed.
So move.
Second.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur?
Yes. Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2022-62 be taken up for second and final reading and adopted according to law.
So move.
Second.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion? None?
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur? Ordinance number 2022-62, an ordinance providing for no parking restrictions along a portion of Glen Terrace. This ordinance is adopted.
Petrowski, please submit ordinance number 2022-62 to the mayor for his approval or disapproval.
Yes.
Thank you.
Ordinance number 2022-63, ordinance designating and appointing Janine Brownlee, QPA, as the qualified purchasing agent for the City of Vineland, and assign the authority, responsibility, and accountability for the purchasing activity of the City of Vineland in accordance with NJSA 40A:11-9, which is ready for a public hearing.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2022-63 be taken up for a public hearing and open to the public for discussion.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur?
Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on ordinance number 2022-63? No one? Chair entertains a motion that the public hearing on ordinance number 2022-63 be closed.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur?
Yes. Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2022-63 be taken up for second and final reading and adopted according to law.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion? None?
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli? Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Ordinance number 2022-63, ordinance designating and appointing Janine Brownlee, QPA, as the qualified purchasing agent for the City of Vineland, and assign the authority, responsibility, and accountability for the purchasing activity of the City of Vineland in accordance with NJSA 40A:11-9. This ordinance is adopted.
Please submit ordinance number 2022-63 to the mayor for his approval or disapproval.
Yes. I have ordinance number 2022-64, which is ready for a first reading.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2022-64 be taken up for a first reading.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Ordinance 2022-64, ordinance approving the purchase of 58 to 78 West Park Avenue for $1,450,000 to be used as a public works and property facility.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2022-64 be passed for the first reading and that a public hearing be held on Tuesday, August 23rd, 2022 at 6:30 p.m.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion? None?
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
I have ordinance number 2022-65, which is ready for a first reading.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2022-65 be taken up for a first reading.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli? Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
Ordinance number 2022-65, an ordinance to amend and supplement ordinance number 8, which established the classification and compensation plans for the City of Vineland, Storekeeper 2, Storekeeper 3.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2022-65 be passed for first reading and that a public hearing be held on Tuesday, August 23rd, 2022 at 6:30 p.m.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion? None?
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur? I have ordinance number 2022-66, which is ready for a first reading.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2022-66 be taken up for the first reading.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur? Ordinance number 2022-66, ordinance accepting 319 Northeast Boulevard and 523 East Peach Street, also known as lots 1, 2, and 3 in Block 3010, from Sasdale Oil Company Incorporated.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2022-66 be passed for the first reading and that a public hearing be held on Tuesday, August 23rd, 2022 at 6:30 p.m.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion? None?
Mr. Acosta? Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli? Mr. Vargas?
Yes.
Dr. Arthur? I have ordinance number 2022-67, which is ready for a first reading.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2022-67 be taken up for a first reading.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli? Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur.
Yes.
Ordinance number 2022-67, ordinance amending ordinance 2006-106 as amended, Chapter 530 of the Code of the City of Vineland entitled Property, Vacant, Abandoned, and Nuisance.
Chair entertains a motion that ordinance number 2022-67 be passed for the first reading and that a public hearing be held on Tuesday, August 23rd, 2022 at 6:30 p.m.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion? None?
Mr. Acosta? Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli?
Yes.
Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur?
Yes.
We'll move now into the consent agenda items. 2022-320 is a resolution authorizing the execution of a grant application and grant agreement for grant funding from the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs in the amount of $318,000 to fund the fiscal year 2023 administration budget for the Vineland Urban Enterprise Zone. 2022-321 is a resolution approving the amended advancement of a City of Vineland roadway corridor local safety program application, Federal Highway Safety Improvement Program funds for Southeast Avenue between Walnut Road and Elmer Street. 2022-322 is a resolution authorizing the issuance of an amendatory supplemental change order number 1 to purchase order number 21-04453, issued to Hunter Jersey Peterbilt, Clarksburg, New Jersey, in the amount of $2,150. 2022-323 is a resolution authorizing the issuance of an amendatory supplemental change order number 1 to contract number C19-0091, issued to Asplin Tree Expert LLC, Dover, Delaware, in the amount of $60,000. 2022-324 is a resolution exercising option to renew contract C21-0101 for furnishing and delivery of hydrated lime for water treatment. 2022-325 is a resolution authorizing the purchase of playground equipment for Landis Park from Martirano Recreation Company Incorporated, Spring Lake, New Jersey, in an amount not to exceed $100,365.10, pursuant to a regional cooperative pricing agreement with Middlesex Regional Educational Services Commission cooperative pricing system. 2022-326 is a resolution authorizing the purchase of one heavy-duty rotary head mower from Cherry Valley, Marlton, New Jersey, in an amount not to exceed $31,277.60, pursuant to a regional cooperative pricing agreement with Middlesex Regional Educational Services Commission cooperative pricing system. 2022-327 is a resolution authorizing the purchase of motor vehicles from Mall Chevrolet Incorporated, Cherry Hill, New Jersey, in an aggregate amount not to exceed $66,300.62, pursuant to a regional cooperative pricing agreement with Middlesex Regional Educational Services Commission cooperative pricing system. 2022-328 is a resolution authorizing award of a contract to Cobelco Compressors America, Corona, California, for the purchase of spare parts to support overhaul of the fuel gas compressor on Unit 11. 2022-329 is a resolution awarding an open-end contract to Asplin Tree Expert LLC, Dover, Delaware, for the furnishing of tree trimming and removal for overhead line clearance for the Electric Utility Distribution Division. 2022-330 is a resolution awarding a contract to American Wire Group, Miami, Florida, for furnishing aluminum line wire and cable for the Vineland Municipal Electric Utility. 2022-331 is a resolution approving charge against various land for land clearance and authorizing said charge to become a lien upon such land and to be added to and become part of the taxes to be assessed and levied upon such land. 2022-332 is a resolution authorizing and directing the refund of taxes. 2022-333 is a resolution authorizing the cancellation of taxes for calendar year 2022 for the reason recommended by the City of Vineland Tax Collector. 2022-334 is a resolution approving surety reduction, release, or renewal as submitted by the City Engineer. 2022-335 is a resolution providing and authorizing the payment of bills and demands against the City of Vineland. 2022-336 is a resolution granting the renewal of alcoholic beverage licenses for the licensing period July 1, 2022 to June 30th, 2023. I have a communication from the mayor regarding the appointment of Joseph A. Rapice Sr. to the Zoning Board of Adjustment, alternate number 2, and request the communication be received and filed. I have companion resolution 2022-337, ratifying and confirming the appointment of Joseph A. Rapice Sr. as alternate number 2 of the Zoning Board of Adjustment. 2022-338 is a resolution authorizing the execution of a grant application for grant funding for the American Rescue Plan Firefighter Grant in the amount of approximately $450,000 to protect against the combined threats of COVID-19 and the strain of emergency fire requests confronting the pandemic. I have a communication from Mayor Finucci appointing Darwin Cooper to the Zoning Board of Adjustment, filling an unexpired term, and request the communication be received and filed. And I have companion resolution 2022-339, ratifying and confirming the appointment of Darwin Cooper to the Zoning Board of Adjustment. 2022-340 is a resolution amending resolution 2016-314 as amended, authorizing signatures of City of Vineland checks. 2022-341 is a resolution authorizing the issuance of original, renewal, and/or transfer of taxi cab licenses for the year 2022. I have a communication from Mayor Finucci appointing Rudolph Luisi to the Zoning Board of Adjustment, alternate number 1, and request the communication be received and filed. I have companion resolution 2022-342, ratifying and confirming the appointment of Rudolph Skip Luisi as alternate number 1 of the Zoning Board of Adjustment. I have a communication from Mayor Finucci appointing Mark Grusenmeyer to the Zoning Board of Adjustment, alternate number 3, and request the communication be received and filed. And I have companion resolution 2022-343, ratifying and confirming the appointment of Mark Grusenmeyer as alternate number 3 of the Zoning Board of Adjustment. I have a communication from Mayor Finucci reappointing Doug Menz as alternate number 1 of the Planning Board, and request the communication be received and filed. I have a communication from Mayor Finucci appointing David Catalana as alternate number 2 of the Planning Board, and request the communication be received and filed. And I have reports of the various departments for the month of June 2022, and request the reports be received and filed.
Chair entertains a motion to approve all items on the consent agenda.
Second.
Is there any discussion by council on this motion? None?
Mr. Acosta?
Yes.
Yes.
Pinelli? Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur? That's all the formal business I have, Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Petrowski. Chair entertains comments from council at this time.
I have none.
None?
Of none.
None? Ms.
I'd like to congratulate the retirees today, Robert Garcia and Robert Valsenskill. On the, how you say it?
Ron Suskell.
And wish them well on their retirement. That's it.
Councilman Spinelli?
Ditto on our retirees. Wish them the best and enjoy retirement. It's a time of life where you should just be in content and happiness. Also, theater is running concerts pretty much every weekend, Friday and Saturday. The food truck festival's about a week and a half away or so. And I believe Saturday night is the Journey concert that the city's putting on at Giampetro Park. So there's a lot of stuff going on for people to entertain themselves with.
The food truck is when again?
The food truck festival, I believe, is
21st?
not this weekend, it's following
Oh,
weekend.
okay, 21st, right.
And that Journey concert, you need tickets, right?
You need to have tickets, yes, and there are still some left that you could call the recreation department and get them. And it's free.
Yeah, it's free. Oh, I'm sorry, are there gonna be food trucks there?
There are going to be food trucks there as well.
Okay.
They're also providing trolley service
They're
from the,
providing, you'll park at Vineland High School and be bussed in. Mr. Vargas and I will be at the forefront and the back end of the buses to get people on and get people off and get them pointed in the right direction. There are no coolers allowed. You're not allowed to have alcoholic beverages in the park. There's, things of that nature. The food trucks will be there for your eating pleasure, and they will also sell drinks and things of that nature. Not allowed to have anything on the buses at all. No bottles, no nothing.
And what about, are you allowed cannabis on the park, in the park?
No cannabis is allowed in the Vineland parks.
It's good to know, thank you.
And there will be a police presence.
Perfect.
all right, that's it. Also, congratulations to our retirees, and may they enjoy their retirement. Anything else? Good? Nothing further? Chair entertains a motion to adjourn the regular meeting.
So moved.
I second.
Mr. Acosta? Mr. Franceschini?
Yes.
Mr. Spinelli? Mr. Vargas? Dr. Arthur?
Yes. Thank you, and have a good night.